Hi, how are you? Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me, y'all. I have a really fun project tonight. It's going to be super simple. It's Monday, and I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted, okay? It's already been a long week, and we're one day in. This is an ink mat. This is the 11 by 23 ink mat, okay? We're going to take that and pull off this plastic cover, okay? This is the sticker that goes on the outside. Make sure that whenever you stick it back, that sticker, that you can read it, okay? We're going to put this into our t-shirt. Now, you can use this for shirts, for pillows, for anything, tea towels, anything that you're making, you can use this with. Keyword tonight is project. I'm trying to get to my video, and I didn't pre-type this, so let me do that really quick. All right, we're here. All right, here we go. Hi, Deborah. How are you, love? Welcome. So anybody that knows me, y'all, we got issues over here, okay? And I've been wanting to make this shirt for a while. I don't like to make shirts all the time on my lives because, like, they're simple, right? But I love this design. If you haven't seen it, I don't know where you've been, but this is not a new transfer. It's been out for a minute. But ever since it came out, I knew I needed to make it. I've just now gotten around to it. I bought all of these t-shirts on Amazon in a pack, in a bundle. They're just like unisex ones. I like the unisex ones better because women's shirts fit me weird. Anyone else? I like that men's shirts are longer. Hi, Amy. Hi, Laura. Welcome. Hey, Rainey. Hi, Steph. Hi, Alma. All right, so I got my ink mat in there. Now, if you look at this, you'll see ink mat is very sticky, okay? But what I did is I spread my shirt out over the ink mat, and I did not stretch the fabric, okay? It's nice and flat. There's no bubbles, but I did not stretch the fabric. It's super important, okay? Now, I'm going to pull this down a little bit. Now, the ink mat's going to protect your shirt from having ink bleed through. Okay, this is our transfer we're going to use tonight. If you haven't gotten this one yet, you can comment project. Hi, Lynn. How are you? I know. Same. And I've been so busy at work lately that I feel like I need to wear this on next Friday. Okay? There's so much going on, and I got issues. Okay? Basically, both at home and work. So this is perfect for that. Next time I travel, I'll probably wear it on my travel day too. Just to remind them. Because I usually go to the office straight from the airport. And I like to be comfy. I'll wear jeans whenever I fly. But I do like to wear some kind of t-shirt of some sort. I have a lot of company t-shirts with our logo on it. That I usually just opt for that because it makes it simple. But I think my bosses will appreciate this one. Now, we're going to use gold ink. I opened it away from my shirt. Okay? Just in case if it dripped or anything, but look how pretty that is. We're going to use a small squeegee. This is literally so simple. There's nothing to it, but let me get I didn't even pull out my heat press. See how many issues I have? I'm heating that up to 305. So while we do this, that will be heating up. Let me just stir this around a little bit. Okay, so just a little bit of ink on here. And again, I'm using gold. This is just a black t-shirt. You could do this on a bag. You could do it on a bag and a shirt, a pillow, anything that you like, okay? Any textile, any sign, whatever. The great thing about our products is that you can use a transfer so many different ways. You can use it with ink. You can use it with paste. You can go back and forth between them. Just wash it in between. And hi, Sandra. How are you? Hey, Sandy. Welcome, love. So that's the great thing about chalk is that you do not have to stick to one type of project. Okay. If you like a design and you want to make it as a sign for your sister, make it as a sign for your sister. If you want to wear it on a shirt, wear it on a shirt, or make multiple shirts for you and all of your sisters or your girl cousins or your boy cousins, whatever. You do you. However you like it is how you can make it, and that's what I love. You can use our transfers like 10 to, excuse me, sorry, I just like spat a little bit. Sorry about that. Good thing this is my shirt. Anyways, our transfers are guaranteed 10 to 12 times. But I promise you, you can use them a bunch more than that. Okay? They are super duper sticky. Alright? And I found that whenever I wash my transfers, they feel like they're not that sticky. Okay? Like whenever they're wet. And then whenever they dry, something magical happens and that stick comes right back usually. Okay? If you're having any issues with your stick coming back, try wiping it down with the microfiber side of your pheasant cloth. And that 9 times out of 10 will help. Okay, now I'm going to be real careful over here along this edge. And try not to go crazy, because I don't want to go over the edge. Now, I'm going to just take a look really quick and try to so with ink it's great because you can go as slow as you need to. Okay? You don't have to work fast. It's not going to dry in the transfer. Okay? Unless if you leave it sitting overnight. So you can literally take your time, go as slow as you need to, and make sure it's perfect. Now, I'm going to check my hands, make sure I don't have any ink on them. And just for good measure, I don't think I do have any ink on them, but I'm going to wipe them. Hi, Joanne. How are you? Okay, so I'm going to start pulling this up. Now, I'm going to grab by the corners. I'm going to try and pull from the center. Okay? Now, as I go, I'm going to move slowly because, I see a spot right here that I could use a little bit more ink. So I just set it back down, and I'm going to just come right here and add a little bit more ink right there. Just so it's perfect, okay? Now, as I go, I see another spot, okay? I'm going to, right here, on the O. I just set it back down. I didn't even push it back down, okay? I'm just going to come back here on that O, and I'm going to add a little more ink, okay? Easy way. As long as it's still stuck down, you can do that. Oh, look at that. It's perfect. Okay, again, I guess I didn't go thick enough around these letters, and as you can see, I'm kind of pulling the opposite, I'm pushing the ink the opposite way that I'm pulling it up, okay? Just going to go over these words one more time because I feel like I kind of skimped around the majority of the letters, and I don't want to keep on having to go back, but if you, as you're pulling it up, just keep an eye, okay? And you can do this with paste too. As long as the rest of the design is still stuck down, you can fix anything that you need to. Or, if you want, you can always pull it all the way up and wash the transfer, and then come back. See, I still am seeing where I just didn't get in there. So, I'm just going to go add a little bit more just like that to make it. I want this to be super bright, okay? Now, right there between that S and the U, it's really not. Yeah, so sometimes the shimmers can be that way, and I think it's just because of the consistency of the glitter in the shimmer. It's so thick, okay? And it can be hard to push through the silk screen. So just do yourself a favor, go real slow, pulling it up, and you can add to your design if you got some little holes that you're noticing. It sure looks good though. I am very happy with this. Okay, again, oh, see, I see what it is down here. I think it might be part of the design, maybe, around that O, but I'm going to just do this one more time for good measure, okay? Now, you do want to be careful on a design like this, with ink particularly. It could be a bad deal. Now, I'm wiping off my hands, okay? To make sure I don't want to spread any of this ink on my shirt, okay, other than where I've got it. But with ink, whenever you've got such a big silk screen area, it's real easy to make it like cakey, okay? So just as you're putting down your layer of ink, try your best to not cake it up, if that makes sense. Now, this looks pretty darn good. I'm going to go ahead and close my ink jar because I'm a mess, okay? I'm going to get all that extra ink off of there. I'm going to stick that squeegee in my cup over here and close that jar just so that it's not open and I'm not going to have an issue with it. Now, here's my parchment. I'm going to spray it. I'm going to dry this just a tiny bit. I'm not going to get it all the way dry with my quick dry tool, okay? There's no way. But I'm going to dry it just a tiny bit. Now, if you comment the word project, you'll get the link to get all this stuff, plus the color of the month, which is a really pretty Kelly green. It is a shimmer. And if you're not already saving 30% on all of your purchases, I would love it if you would sign up as my perks member. Or you can save even more if you sign up as a designer and you get 40% off. Okay? Oh, you know what? I have my ink mat still in here, so we need to solve that first before we heat set. Alright, so now, to get your ink mat out, like I said a minute ago, it's very sticky, okay? So I'm just, from the bottom of my shirt, let me see if I can show you how I'm doing this. So I've got my ink mat here, right? I'm taking my hand and I'm placing it in between the shirt and the ink mat, and I'm just pressing down on the ink mat, okay? And as I'm doing that, I'm pulling the shirt, and I'm kind of walking my fingers up that ink mat, okay, to unstick it. Now, I want to be careful because I don't want to touch the shirt to itself, okay, where I have this design. So it's kind of tricky, but once you've done it a couple times, it's not too bad, okay? I don't think I've ever had an issue. Now, if you feel more comfortable, you can let it sit overnight before you heat set. Now, I'm going to just hold this up like this. I've got my hand spread out like that underneath it so that I can grab that and pull it out, okay? Just like that. And I'm going to try and escape my hand out of here, but I also want it to lay flat so that I can heat set it and I won't heat set the ink to itself, okay? Now, I also don't really want any wrinkles in my fabric. Oh, goodness. Okay. Let's see if we can flatten that out underneath just a little bit. I don't want to iron additional wrinkles into the shirt. Yeah, so, let me see if that link is working. The thing is working. Yeah, it is. So if you comment the word project, Rainy, just one C, no S, you'll get the link for this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to heat set this. I've got this heat press heated up to 305. We're going to do 30 seconds. I'm going to heat set this twice. I do have my heat mat underneath this to protect my desk. Okay, no pressure really needed. I know sometimes with Cricut designs you have to like really give some pressure. You don't have to do that with our ink. Okay, if you don't have a heat press, no worries. You can always use an iron. Just let your design sit for about 24 hours and then come back with a medium-high heat iron and get a piece of parchment and move that iron around for about 4 minutes over the design, okay? And then with an iron, you always want to flip it inside out and do the other side, the inside also, okay? I never do it with a heat press though, and I have never had an issue. So I don't flip mine inside out with a heat press. I just don't. They tell you to, but I've always been full of issues and never ever listened to the rules, okay? It's worked out so far with the ink projects I've done. So if you want to go with that, do it, baby. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just test this a little bit. It's very hot. I don't know if y'all can see that steam coming off of here. It's pretty hot, okay? It is entirely heat set. I have no ink on my hands, no ink on my parchment, okay? I could take this and I could wear it right now, okay? There you go, Rainy. You got the link now. All right, so this is cute. I'm wearing this on Friday, okay? I'm loving that. The gold is super bright on this black shirt. Isn't that great? Y'all, I love this. Super easy. Make yourself a shirt before you go out. Or if you need a quick gift, these are always easy. I keep these shirts in my cabinet, in my closet in here, just in case. If I need to make a shirt real quick, I can always do it. Okay? I love you. Have a great night, y'all. We'll talk tomorrow. See ya.